Good morning, you screw. It's one of my great days, I guess. Please, people, have this understanding. Or if you can be kind enough, okay, to where you see people when they're wearing these face diapers, get them to have an understanding that they're fooling themselves into believing something that they've been lied to about. They don't work, never have been, never will. Okay? And for the ones that want to run around and holler, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, or you're trying to spread rumors, or you're just trying to put some bad propaganda out here, go read the box, you dumb fucks. And if you need some medicine, I'd say this right here is probably all you would ever need for most issues. So I went and got my medicine. So on to the issues. Okay. Now I'm probably not going to say this correctly. Anybody that watches X22 will understand what I'm saying, and if you haven't watched X22, please go watch. He posts on Rumble and other sites. He was doing YouTube, and YouTube screwed him just like everybody else. I went back and forth. I don't even know if this is going to launch on this site or not. I may have to end up going to my other channel under Rob Lewis or Black Web. I had to set up two other channels. They took this one completely down, disappeared it. Finally, I ended up going back in history looking for my name and channel. It was still there, but nobody could get to it to access it. Imagine that shit. But anyway, Biden and his stupidity, and the Afghanistan Taliban. Y'all have an understanding here. And I've been trying to point this point out, and I'm not saying that these things aren't taking place, but that would be like, what they're trying to tell us is like, you show up to a car accident 15 minutes after the car accident, and they want to know blow by blow from you as a witness. Could you do that? Was you there to actually witness the blow by blow, the minute, second as it was happening? No, you can't. Just like they keep feeding us, I do believe, a bunch of bullshit with the news and the Taliban and all this other stuff. Now, somebody made a good point, I can't remember who it was, for if these people actually took over, okay, while they still allowing the girls and women and kids to go to schools, and they're not asking the women to cover themselves up. So who took over? It don't sound like Sharia law to me. Okay, this is part of the sham bullshit that we're handed. There was a movie out years ago called Wag the Dog. People ought to go watch and study that movie, because I do believe a lot of that is what we're dealing with. We're being projected a television programming to make us believe things is going on thousands of miles away from us. And the hopes or belief in the system, okay, with the big letter trust, will buy into their bullshit. I believe a lot of this, what we're seeing, is that only bullshit. People's done proven this one time before, back to, I think 2-3 years ago. They kept pumping the fucking same pictures out of the same emergency room claiming it was different emergency rooms all over the United States. People called doing it. Me personally, I've done made connections with several different people through different parts of the world. And they're telling me a lot of this stuff that was going on since like less than 3 months ago, they was hollering about India was in full-blown COVID problems. Then the people that I do know there that I could get in touch with told me that they're fucking lying. It's bullshit. This come out of their mouth. So everybody ought to start connecting everybody in the world that they're interested in watching, listening to, this, that, and the other. Okay? This way it cuts out the middleman known as the liar. The mainstream media. And not everybody knows, Tom McDonald just put out another song. It's straight to the fucking point. It's called Brainwashed. Y'all ought to just turn on a newscast, turn the volume down, turn that song on, watch and listen to the song as you look up at the television program from the news, and listen to it, just for shits and giggles. Then, tell me what y'all see and hear. My generation, or at least me and a bunch of my friends, and I'm sure other people at that time was doing the same thing without actually knowing what we was doing. We would be watching movies, news, all kinds of different off-the-wall shit. And at the same time, we'd have the volume down, watching the TV program, and listening to heavy metal, rock and roll. It was like we made a video. Okay, we didn't know what it was, this, that, and the other. And it was about 2 years before MTV come about. So, y'all can gather how old my old ass is. That's up to y'all. But anyway, I said I don't know if this is going to go or not, but please quit enabling people to keep wearing these damn face diapers. Find ways to get the fear out of them and have them an understanding. We all, black, white, green, yellow, kids, adults, teenagers, the elderly, we all have the same group of enemies. Whether y'all understand this or not, and you don't want to believe that you do have an enemy, like I said, that song Brainwashed by Tom McDonald, he's speaking about if Big Pharma would start curing people, they wouldn't have no more customers. Now just dwell on that all day and chew on it. Think about that. How many people in your life that could have been saved because they're not interested in a cure. There's no money in it. Just like Tesla was wanting to give free power to the whole world. The robber barons couldn't have it because they couldn't make no money on it. But there would have been ways of doing it and making money, but it was easier for them to stick a meter on it and just rape and rob everybody. So this has been going on for a very long time with a lot of different things. You know, the four hidden dynasties are all catching up. And y'all better believe there is an end result to this. But anyway, let me get back to X-22. I think it's called divination, if I'm saying it correctly. The plan, before I get into this, YouTube, this is my First Amendment right. For me to have a voice, clear voice. Whether I am wrong or if I'm right, that's none of your business. It is solely up to me because I believe under my First Amendment right. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts when it comes to that. I believe I'm putting forth legitimate conversation along with legitimate information. If nothing else, it'll get the chicken heads off of their post and their programming long enough to go forth to go listen to someone else. I feel like we're living in a Max Headroom world. Some people will remember that. Some people won't. But if you got into the show, you'd know what I was talking about. Alright, I'm still smoking, but I done got to the point where this is what I'm smoking. Okay. This just takes one easy element out for me, and I seem not to smoke nowhere near as much. Because I got to roll them. I got to work at it. The convenience of opening a pack of cigarettes, it just ain't there with this. But anyway, X22 Divination, if you all can get to it, to listen to it on Rumble, go back 3-4 episodes. He does a double episode every night. He does interviews on the weekends. But if you could pick up on the financial and the geopolitical side of this and listen to these 2 episodes a night for 1 month, do it. Go back 1 month from now and let it get back up to this date of yesterday. And listen. And things will start opening up here for some. Some already know. We already know, man. It's got to stop. And we're enabling this bullshit because our trust in these idiots has went above and beyond, okay, where we should have been a long time ago. They allowed us to, or they took us into a place to where we're not allowed to think, say, do. We have a Second Amendment, but nobody's willing to pick up the gun to go do it. Okay? And at the same time, we all sit around threatening the deep state, and I am too. Don't come knock on my door. Don't go messing with me in the wrong way. Because you all are not going to like the outcome of this, and you know it. You can't take the guns because just of a few words of our forefathers that was smarter than every fucking one of y'all piled up in a big bus going over a cliff. Because that's what y'all are. Way smarter than y'all motherfuckers. Common sense. That's all it took. It didn't take a fucking diploma from some Ivy League college to do this with a bunch of these old fuckers, our forefathers. No, they understood themselves. But see, y'all can't even do that because you're so highly educated, you don't even know your own selves. You just follow what you're told. Program in, program out. That's all you know. So, your day's coming to an end too. And I believe it's going to come a shock to a lot of people. Because a lot of people don't want to believe, like I said, that this has been going on, and it has been for years, maybe even centuries, if you actually start digging into it. Because it had to start somewhere a long time ago. But anyway, I can't stay on here long. I'm hoping I can get this to launch on this site. Been using Brave browser. So far I've been liking it. I don't get no misdirects like I did on Google. I'm actually able to get to where I'm going without being rerouted halfway around a bunch of bullshit or their top 10 results, not the one I'm looking for. Page 100. But anyway, peace to all y'all. Hope this gets out. One of my bitch days.